A big thank you to all the musicians here tonight. Fantastic, great to see it. It's actually nice to be in a social atmosphere compared to the rallies that we've been talking at. But I'm not going to hold everybody too long. Everybody's enjoying a drink, enjoying a conversation, and a good night out. And it's an honour to be asked by the Bradley family once again to speak. And again, tireless campaigners, whether it's the GPO or Loughney or for Palestine, they're always there. But anyhow, we're living in the year 2023. On our screens live for the last 6 weeks from this day, we have watched the genocide unfold. Everybody has felt helpless as millions of people around the world have marched. The cause of Palestine has drove straight into the heart of everybody, every organisation, every country, every group. And that is the righteous cause, the cause of humanity, the cause of freedom, the cause of standing up against the occupation and oppression. Dignified throughout the last 75 years and beyond. They are a shining light around the world right now as to how they inspire all the protests, the marches, the rallies, and just like what we're here tonight, we're here for the Palestinians and what they have shown us and how to stand tall. Very little that can be said in terms of what everybody has been seeing. You all have seen it. It's been horrific, especially for the children. There's nothing as heartbreaking as watching what's going on with the little children in Gaza. The average age of those been killed is only 5. Babies born, never to blow out and killed, never to blow out their first birthday candle. Hold on. I feel like lifting this banjo actually, it looks pretty good to play. There we go. But anyway, to talk about a couple of my experiences in Gaza, I remember reading before I went there, they talked about it at the highest rate of amputees per head of population anywhere in the world. I remember the first day we were driving up through when we got into Gaza, and you just seen the amount of people that were either in wheelchairs or they were in crutches or they had an arm missing, and it really stood out to us. And that over the years, in the last 15 years, especially at all the peaceful protests and all that they've been having, the Great March of Return, the Israelis love to go for an amputation. There was one famous one of a soldier, an IOF soldier, talking about how he had shot 42 kneecaps off in the one day and he kept every casing as a souvenir. 42. And the sickness of holding the casings to keep as a souvenir. It's, sick society. Just like today, the videos emerged of an Israeli soldier in Gaza going through somebody's house and he found a lovely necklace of a bride that was, our girl was to be married, and bragging about how he has it. Another video of an Israeli soldier, and before he detonates a bomb to blow up a block of houses, he dedicates it to his 2-year-old daughter. His 2-year-old daughter, and this is his dedication, and he blows up a house. Zionism is an absolute plague on society. It's a sickness. It has infected governments around the world. They've tried to infect anywhere they go that if you're not pro-Zionist, pro-Israeli, you're anti-Semitic. They've made it a binary either-or decision. Well, thankfully we don't buy into that nonsense. We know what it's like for the Palestinians, and you walk a mile in their shoes, you know what life is like for them. They were kept in Gaza, as Norman Finkelstein calls it, the concentration camp. And he would know what a concentration camp is, considering his parents survived Auschwitz. And he talks about how they have the right, they have the absolute right to stand up against their oppressors and their occupiers. They have the right to resist. And that's coming from a very learned man in Norman Finkelstein, somebody that I have a serious regard for. But we also have to keep an open eye on what the real plague on it is. It's the USA, under genocide Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. The best government that Israeli lobby money has ever bought. As I spoke last week about how Joe Biden got $7 million from the Israeli lobby. Is it any wonder that he's standing up there, giving it the green light and saying, go in, eliminate them. Eliminate them. That's his own words. Eliminate them. And he is held up here 6 months ago. He travelled through Ireland and he talked about his great Irish heritage and what his Irish ancestors had to go through. I wonder what his ancestors will think of him today. What would they think of Genocide Joe? And how he went to Israel during the summer and he talked about comparing the Palestinians to the Irish and his Irish heritage. Well, Genocide Joe forgot all about it because the cheque and the money was rolling in. And just like another bio from his father's from Donegal, Brenton Boyle. The Boyle Bill to give Israel all the high-tech weapons that they're killing the Palestinians with today. They're the weapons that he sent, the Boyle Bill. But unfortunately, too many people turn a blind eye to the likes of Brenton Boyle and Joe Biden. No more. No more. And as I said last week, and I'll say it again tonight, we got to let everybody know, we don't want to see nobody over with Genocide Joe come St. Patrick's Day next Washington. Simple. Because to go and stand beside him, you as well go to Tel Aviv and stand beside Netanyahu. It's the US bombs, it's the US bullets, it's the US vetoes at the UN. That's what keeps it going. And until that link is broken, and it's up to us to say, hey, we don't mind you supporting us, but we'll not be standing beside you while you keep the genocide going. Simple as that. Now there's a lot of fantastic, it's just blown me away, the solidarity throughout Ireland, throughout England, throughout Europe, throughout North America, throughout Australia, everywhere around the world. As I say, millions are marching. Millions. This week in Cuba, they took to the streets in the hundreds of thousands. People that know what an occupation and oppression is all about around the world are doing it. South America especially. And they're banning and doing away with the embassies, closing them down. And thankfully we are all on the one page now to get rid of the ambassador out of Dublin. Expel the Israeli ambassador, as it says here on our poster. Expel the ambassador. And they should be rode out of town everywhere they are. Because we've all got to see it now. 46 weeks today. I was just looking there tonight before I come up on the phone, and I was seeing the difference in the hostage, and we've seen it last night as well with how the hostage situation has been dealt with. They're coming out of Gaza and they've been told to say nothing. No media, nothing. But one of the Thai hostages that was released, his sister issued a statement tonight to say she'd spoken to him, and they were treated perfectly well. They had good food to eat, weren't abused in any manner whatsoever. And yet I'm looking up at the Ophir prison in the West Bank tonight, and there's live fire, there's tear gas. One of the houses of a woman that is to be released, the police have already been in, kicked everybody out of the house, kicked the media out. They're under threat that if they do anything publicly that they're being sent back to prison again. And the world again tonight is getting to see the difference between the humanity of the Palestinians and the depravity of the Israelis that called the Palestinians human animals. We also seen there during the week there was a video released of school children in Israel with this song about how they want to flatten Gaza. We had a defence minister or a deputy minister the other night said, whenever Can Yunus is left like a football field, we will return and take over the land. Because that's what Zionism is. They want the land. They want all the land. They want everybody out of the West Bank. They want Gaza, as I talked about last week as well. Gaza is like a piece of chewing gum when they enter their shoe and they want to kick it off. That's how they just want rid of it. And they now are even openly saying it now. Kick them all out, put them into Egypt. So the 2.2 million people sitting in what Norman Finkelstein calls the concentration camp, getting bombed by land, sea and air. Day in, day out, 49 days in total. Never mind 2014, 2021, 2008, 2009. So anybody under the age of 25, which is 65% of the population, they've lived through 4 wars. They've all lost brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, mothers, fathers and grandparents. Everybody in Gaza has lost somebody. Everybody has. They've lost multiple families. And they have to now try and rebuild. And I seen one guy yesterday or today in a video, and he had got back to his house, and his house is completely flattened. And he says, I am not going to leave. I am going to live here in a tent. And that's what they'll do. They're going nowhere. They're going nowhere. And the support that they're getting around the world is just fantastic. But that support, it's great that it's within Mid-Ulster, right across Ireland, manifested, get together, use a good boycott stickers that are knocking about there, go to the back of the room, there's you might find more of them, and we boycott Israel. That's what we do. That's all we can do. It's how we can do it is get to the local shops, get to the supermarkets. You see any Israeli goods, put that sticker on it. Or else throw it all in the shopping trolley and walk it around and do as a friend of mine did the other night, throw the stuff into the freezer and then walk out. And I'm going to leave you all anyway here. Everything's going great tonight. I'm very, very honoured to be here. It's always an honour to talk anywhere, and I'll drive the length and breadth of the country to talk anywhere about Gaza. Because I made a promise from the first time and the last time and every other time I was there, and I says to them, I will never stop talking about Gaza. I will never stop talking about Gaza. So here we go, big chant. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Thank you all very, very much. Viva Palestina, Viva Gaza. Free Gaza, free Palestine. Thank you all.